Hello everyone, this is Pam, Rose City Stitcher, coming to you today with another Flosstube update. Today is Sunday, February 17th, I believe, and I was going to show you everything I've worked on in January and in February so far. I didn't do a video in January just because our weather was nasty. I never could get good lighting. And plus, I was hit with several illnesses that affected me and our entire school, stomach bug, flu, all that kind of stuff. So I just really wasn't able to do another video. So today the sun is shining for now, so I thought maybe the lighting will be well enough for me to go ahead and do a quick video to show you what I've been up to. So thank you to all my subscribers. I did get a good bit of new subscribers. I think a lot of that's due to the School of Magical Stitching and posting my Flosstube name in there. So thank you all my new people that have just joined me. I appreciate y'all coming to watch my video. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First off, I'll show my finishes. I have 3 finishes. One was in January, 2 of them in February. The first finish that I had was this January year-end celebrations by Heart and Hand, I believe. So I did it with the called for threads, and this is just on that Monaco tea-dyed even weave. So that was one of my finishes. And then I finished from Lizzie Kate, the first one in their 3 Little Words series. This is called, the first one was Be Kind Always. So I stitched that. I'm going to have to take off this border. I don't know what happened, but it's obviously way off. I don't know what happened there, so I'm going to have to fix that. This is on Mushroom Lugana. So, and this one I did pick out all my own threads. These are all Victorian Motto threads. So, and I'm probably on the rest of them going to probably change out. This color ended up not really showing up as well as I'd like, so I'll probably switch that one out for the rest of them. And then the last one was one of my bigger finishes, because this was one from 2017 that I finally finished. And that is my Spell Store by the Primitive Hair. And this is on Pumpkin Patch by the Blended Needle on 28 count. I think it turned out really good on this fabric. So really pleased with that. So that was one of my larger finishes I was really happy to get done. So those are my 3 finishes. This month I am trying to work on getting as many finishes as I can. I've got a couple other ones that are close that I'm hoping to get finished also. Number one, I need some money in my Stitch from Stash because I went in the hole a little bit in January, so I'm really trying to make sure I come out in the black for February. Alright, so that brings me to my stitching. January I stitched on, I believe, 8 projects, several new ones. So I'm going to go ahead and show you those, what I stitched on. A lot of these, so my plans kind of went out the window, as everybody has said that's in the School of Magical Stitching. That dictated what I stitched on. So I didn't end up doing hardly any of the plans I initially had told you all about because it changed. One of them that I did work on was the Shaman. Because one of our challenges was to stitch on your oldest whip, and this is my oldest one. So I did stitch some on this one. I think I came down here and did some of that blue. So this one is coming along. I'm hoping to get a page finish this year on this one. So coming along on that one. And then I stitched on... these aren't in any kind of order. This is just kind of how I pulled them out. Fairyland 2 by Soda Stitch, because we were supposed to stitch something with royalty, and this had royalty in it. So I stitched this little bitty bit here of the prince in Cinderella. So that fulfilled what I needed to do. So there was that one. Like, looking at this, it looks like my tree might be off a stitch. I'm gonna have to look at that. It's like and this is stitched on, I don't remember what this fabric is. Oh, here it is. Lavender Sunset, 28 count. So So I was glad to pull this one out. This one, the good things, a lot of people have also mentioned that in the School of Magical Stitching, you're kind of working on projects that you really haven't touched much lately to, you know, fulfill the challenges. So that's been kind of nice. Another one that I worked on was Fire Goddess, because one of our challenges was to stitch something with fire. And so that definitely fit. I said, I hope the lighting is showing up okay in here. I'm in a new spot, as I'm sure you noticed. This is going to be my craft room. As I've told you, my son had moved out, and this room is empty. So I'm planning on turning this into a craft room. I am also trying to sell this house and was planning on moving, so that's why I haven't really done anything yet. But I may go ahead and start doing a little bit of work in here to make it look nice. So there's that. I stitched all that dark color. So I got a good bit done on this one. You know, as you know, this is one of my favorites. So anytime I can pull it out, I'm happy. And this is done on a Mo's sale. That just looks awesome for this fabric. So here's the whole thing. I love her. It looks so good. So that was stitched on. Then I had a new start. This was actually one of the stitch-alongs from Jen, from Jen's Stitching Niche. That's this brick house sampler. So I did start this one once I got my fabric. And this is on 28 count wheat Lugana. And that was my little bit of a start. I really do like this one. I'm hoping to get back to it soon. She actually, I believe, finished hers. And I really wanted to do the one for February, but 123 Stitch does not have it in stock, so I haven't been able to start the next one in her stitch along, which is Indigo Lane, I think. But I want to do that one also. So that was that one. And then I stitched a lot on this one called Spell of the Moon. This is by Blackbird Designs. And here's where I am. This is another one I plan to finish in February. As you can see, it doesn't lack much. Of course, I would have finished it, but I ran out of the gold for the moon. And then I had to wait on that to come in. And then I had to, you can see, it was, of course, a different dye lot, but I think it turned out okay. It's like it was, this part right here ended up being a little bit different. But I think it blended okay. And then I ran out of the black. It was onyx. So I had to wait for that to come in, which that's come in now. So I'm hoping to get this one finished up pretty quick. So I don't know what this is, what fabric this is. I think this is a mushroom Lugana also. And then I stitched a whole lot on this one. Pumpkin Hollow Farms. This is a stitch along with Priscilla and Chelsea. And this was used for a lot of challenges. This is just on the Monaco even weave. So there's where I am. I stitched the words in here. And I stitched this. And I've stitched this twice and it's still not right. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to just try to fudge it or if I'm going to pull it out still again. I don't know. I'm getting so frustrated with that. So anyway, so this one is kind of in a timeout right now. And then I stitched on Medieval Maiden. I don't remember what the reason was for this one. There was some reason that I pulled. Oh, it was specialty stitches, or not specialty stitches, but something with Krennic, something sparkly. So I went ahead and did the Krennic that was on this. I don't know if you can really see, but I did the sparkly on that. And then I came back and actually worked on this a whole lot more and did a bunch more of that blue. So she's coming along really well too. She's on Heritage, 18 count by Picture This Plus. So it worked out good as I was able to still do my, I like to always do a whole weekend on my Joan Elliott's, and I was able to make the Joan Elliott's kind of fit into some of the challenges, so I was able to get a week's worth of work done on my Joan Elliott's. Then this is another new start. Again, this is because of the School of Magical Stitching. Let's see, do I have a picture of it? I don't think I have a picture of what it looks like. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm Ravenclaw. And this one, I decided I'm just doing this on an Ada that I found. And there's what I've got done on that. It's like a gray Ada. It really looks good on this fabric, actually. So that's my progress on that one. That was one of my new starts. Then another new start. I started this one because it said to stitch on something blue. And so I decided to stitch on Joe. As you know, I wanted to finish all of these this year. I finished the first one. And they're all on the same fabric. Of course, there's Meg that's already done. And then here's my start on Joe doing the blue. And this is on Dusty, Jobelin 28 count. So that's what I did in January. And so far in February, I'll show you what I've worked on in February. I worked on my stacked teacups. In fact, she's still on the hoop. This one here, this is another one I want to finish this year. And I'm all finished. Whoops, got thread all over the place. Goodness gracious, let me go ahead and take it off of there. I was working on the background, all that blue half stitch, trying to get that finished. So this one's coming along. Needed to take that hook off of there. Then I stitched on, I can't remember why I stitched on this one. Oh, I think this is stitch on something that bothers you or something that you don't like. That's what it was. And this one I kind of put away. Where's the picture for this one? Kind of a small picture right there. Called Poppies. The reason I put this one away is I didn't really, at the time I wasn't enjoying the fabric. Fabric was like real floppy. Didn't really like that. And this had so much confetti, it was almost like doing a heaven and earth design. And so I had a whole bunch of park thread, so I just went ahead and stitched all those. And then I actually started kind of enjoying it and stitched some more. So this one's kind of out of timeout now. I actually do kind of like this one and maybe pull it out some more. This back up. Okay. And then this past week I was stitching on the Cricut Collection Autumn because I needed to stitch on something that I changed the pattern, and I did change this pattern because I'm not using the silken color threads. I'm just switching those out for DMC. And we also need to stitch something with a cat, and this has a cat. So that's what I got done. I finished the U and I finished the pumpkin. Like I said, I hope the lighting looks okay. It's definitely looking kind of washed out to me. I don't know. Then I stitched on Halloween chalk art because I needed to stitch on something dark. And this is on dark fabric, and that's a black and white of what it looks like. This came out of a Just Cross Stitch magazine. And this is on Dusk Lugana, which is definitely a dark fabric. And so there's my progress. I just came down and stitched the rest of that orange. Excuse me. And then the most recent one that I've been working on that I'm hoping to finish this week is Prairie Schooler Who's There. Stitching this on a like a cream Aida. And there it is. So like I said, I don't lack a whole lot. I should be able to finish this no problem this week. I'm hoping I can fit it into whatever the challenges are that come up. So that's my progress on that one. So that's everything that I stitched on. It's like I stitched on a lot of different projects. I'm hoping that I'm going to start with this School of Magical Stitching, trying to see if I can get one project to work for everything, kind of like Jessie Marie does. She kind of makes it work for one project, so I don't have to keep switching out projects quite so much, because I'm wanting to make good progress. And I don't feel like I made a lot of good progress on all these, stitching just 100 or 200 stitches here and there. So that's my plan kind of going forward. I want to try to start making one project work for most of the challenges, because I do like participating in the challenges. The only thing left to show you is my little bit of haul. Not very much, because like I said, I am in Stitch from Stash. For January, I was $7 in the hole, which was a whole lot better than I've usually done. So it helped my pocketbook a whole lot. I'm really excited to be doing this. I feel like it'll help a lot. Anytime I kind of want to buy something, I just kind of look at what all the stuff I already have, because I have tons of projects I still want to start, even just this year. So I don't really need anything else. So most of what I'm buying is things that are on Stash Unload, kind of a one-time thing that I want to get, or something that's a really good sale, something like that. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I did buy some fabric from Stash Unload. Like I said, it was a really good price. Some picture of this plus called Chime. It's a 32 count, 18 by 27 piece. It's kind of a yellow. It's a lot yellower than I thought it was going to be, but I don't know if you can even really see that color very well, but it's kind of a yellowish color. So I got that. It's a really pretty color. I know I'll be able to find something to stitch on it. So I did buy that. And I needed to get some more floss. Like I told you, I ran out of the onyx and the whatever that gold color was. I didn't want to just buy, 2 flosses. So I did buy this little pattern that I really like. I really had planned to start stitching this, but I haven't had a chance. I wanted to stitch this winter, called North Wind. So I bought that one. And then I got 2 patterns off of Stash Unload, 2 Tempting Tangles patterns. That again, they were a good price. This one is called Summer Sweetness. And this one I hadn't seen before, and I really, really like this one, called Nose Warmer. I really like the deer on the coffee pot. So I bought those. They won't be starting anytime soon. I did not realize, and I may not have bought them if I had realized that they use Dinky dyes. Of course, they do have the DMC equivalent, but this one has DMC equivalents. This one does not. So these won't be started anytime soon. So, but like I said, I got them for a good price, and this one I hadn't even seen before. So, and then the last one we can all thank Jessie Marie for. She told us on one of her videos that Takaki had re-released for a limited time on Tilton Crafts his patterns. I love these designs. I always just, love seeing Ladybird Stitchers stitching the one that she's doing. So I did buy one of those. This one is Cinderella. I love it. I want to start it like immediately. Like I told my son, it's like, I have to start this like right now. And he's like, it's going to take you years to finish it. I'm like, I don't care. I love it. It's beautiful. I just don't know what I'm going to stitch it on. I'm not a big fan of 25 count. So I don't know. I might just stitch it on maybe 18 count. And it'll just be huge. But I love this. I do want to get the other one. The one that Ladybird Stitcher is doing, Juliet. I love that one also. I'm going to probably get that one also. But I went ahead and bought this one. I love the blues. I think Darling Bluebell would probably love this with all the blues. So anyway, I bought that. That's what I was in I was in the black until this, and then this put me in the hole for January. So yeah, so far I'm in the black for February, but not by much. And somebody had posted a whole bunch of stuff on Stash Unload that I'm really interested in. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But either way, I am just, you know, buying things with a lot more purpose. I'm not just buying to increase stash. I'm buying things that I truly am going to use something for, or taking advantage of really good deals. So anyway, that's, I think, all that I have to show you for today. I'm not sure when I'll come back and do another video. It'll probably just be a month from now, because a month from now I'll be on spring break, so I'll be able to do a video any of those days because I'll be off. So I'll probably do one at that time and show you what I've done for the next month, because that's when spring break will be for us. So let me know what you think of this location that I did the video from. I don't know how the lighting was. Like I said, it is a little later in the day, so the sun wasn't really high up in the sky. So hopefully you're able to see everything okay. So I just want everybody to have a great week, and hope everybody gets a lot of stitching in. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.